The child argues against everything the parents say. The secret to resolving every argument with your child. A journey to family love. Hello everyone. Today I'd like to share with you a topic that I believe every parent has faced at some point. What do we do when our children argue against everything we say? This isn't just a daily challenge, it's also an opportunity for us to build a lasting, loving relationship with our kids. With all my sincerity, I'll walk you through some approaches I've learned from a leading parenting expert. Infused with emotions and experiences I'm sure you'll relate to. Let's dive in together. Listen closely. Uncovering the root of arguments. Friends, have you ever wondered why your child keeps arguing with you? I've been there, feeling lost, until I realized the first step is to uncover the deeper reason. When my child pushed back, instead of getting upset right away, I learned to take a deep breath to stay calm. Then I'd gently ask, "Sweetheart, does it feel like mom never lets you do things your way? Or is something making you feel the need to argue with me?" This isn't about blaming them, it's about opening up. I want my child to know I respect their feelings. And surprisingly, when I asked with a kind tone, they'd often pause and think instead of jumping into an argument. From there, I started to understand. Maybe they're copying someone, or they feel too controlled. Give it a try, because once you get to the root, everything becomes so much easier. Look within. Evaluating boundaries in the parent-child relationship. You know, sometimes the way we set boundaries at home unintentionally sparks resistance. I used to think being a parent meant controlling everything, guiding my child step by step to keep them from messing up. But then I realized they need space to grow and develop their independence. For example, if it's not about safety or health, I started letting my child choose and take responsibility, like picking their clothes or managing their study time. They can't learn to walk without falling, just like they can't mature without making a few mistakes. I even tried holding a family meeting to agree on new rules together. When an argument flared up, I'd just say softly, "Remember our agreement?" And just like that, peace was restored. It's amazing how letting go a little can bring you closer. Draw the line together. Setting important boundaries. I truly believe a harmonious home is one where everyone understands and respects each other's boundaries. For big things like safety or health, I don't budge. I tell my child, "I love you, so I need you to follow these rules to stay safe." My voice isn't commanding, it's caring. For smaller matters, like daily routines, I sit down with my child to discuss. We even set specific times for negotiation when it's needed, say 10 minutes, and then we move on. I ask them, "When do you think it's a good time for us to talk seriously?" This makes them feel heard, and the arguments drop off noticeably. Try it out, it really works wonders. Led by example. Becoming a positive role model. Friends, here's a truth I had to face. Our kids watch us to learn. Even as they grow up, I used to ask myself, how do I react when my child argues? Once, I lost it and yelled, only to see my child mirror me later. That's when I knew, if I want change, it starts with me. I began modeling calm responses. Listening instead of interrupting. I want my child to see that communication isn't shouting, it's respect. Slowly, they followed my lead, and our talks became gentler. We're their mirrors, so let's reflect something beautiful. Okay? Shield them. Limiting negative influences. Sometimes I noticed my child picked up arguing from others, maybe friends or even an adult in the family. When that happened, I didn't hesitate to step in. I'd explain, "I've seen you change when you're around them, and I'm worried it's not good for you." If needed, I'd limit their exposure. If it's family, I'd have an honest chat with them about their impact. I do this not to judge, but to protect my child. Keep an eye on who's around your kids, because those influences shape them more than we realize. Speak from the heart. Explaining parents' valid reasons. Here's something I've learned. Arguments flare up when both sides think they're right. If I just said, "Do it because I said so," my child wouldn't budge. Instead, I started explaining. For instance, I'd say, "I want you to stop arguing because it makes me sad. And I worry that if you keep this habit, it'll make talking to others harder later." I want them to see that my choices come from love. But if my reason isn't strong, or if theirs makes more sense, I'm willing to rethink. Share with your kids from your heart, because they'll feel that love. Open your ears. Hearing your child's reasons. Have you ever noticed your child gets frustrated just because they don't feel heard? I used to brush it off until I tried sitting down and asking, "What do you think about this?" and really listening. My child was surprised, then opened up. Turns out, sometimes they argue because they have a valid point I hadn't seen. When I listen, they feel valued, and we find common ground more easily. Take time to hear your child. It's a bridge to bring you closer. Focus on the good. Emphasize reasons over rightness. You know, arguments aren't a battle of who wins. I've learned to say, "I'm deciding this because I want what's best for you, not because I need to beat you." When they feel my care, they're more likely to agree. Our relationship is the key. If we're always fighting, they won't listen, but when I nurture warmth, they naturally follow. Love is the greatest strength. Put it first. Empower them, offering choices. Lastly, here's a little trick I love. Give them options. Instead of arguing over clothes, I'd hold up 2 outfits and say, "You pick, I trust you." They'd choose happily, and I'd dodge a fight. I also teach them to say no politely and find solutions. Not just oppose. These conflict skills aren't just for now, they're for their future. When they have freedom within limits, they grow so much. Dear friends, parenting is never easy, but I believe with love and patience, we can turn every argument into a chance to connect. Start with yourself, listen to your child, and build a home full of love. Thank you for listening, and I hope these insights help you on your journey.